everyone, my name's Victoria DL and welcome to my YouTube channel today. Today I'm going to share with you some Foamiran from Tonic Studios and just a simple card that I've put together. So we'll crack on straight to it. Now, as you'll see here, I've just got a normal, if I zoom out a little bit, I've just got a normal household iron. It's not got the steam set on it. It's got a low temperature, not too high. And I've got some of the Foamiran that Tonic Studios have on a brilliant offer at the moment. 10 sheets in a pack for £2.80. That's really good value for money. So of course I filled my basket as usual, and I'm here to share it with you today. So you can colour this with any of your inks that you may have. Today I'm using a Faber-Castell gelato, just because I got them handy. They haven't been out in a long time and I thought, why not? So I'm just going to put some of that on my glass mat, and then with a damp baby wipe, she said. I had one here a minute ago. And that's typical, isn't it, when you're looking for it? Where did I put it? No idea. Oh well, I'm sure it'll turn up eventually. Right, well anyway, we've got a damp baby wipe here. I'd like it a little bit drier than that, but we'll be okay. And basically I'm just going to pick up the gelato that's on the board, and I'm just going to colour from the centre outwards of the petals, and I'm going to do that for all of the petals. Now the colour does look quite vibrant to begin with, but it does go paler as the Foamiran's dried. So you can go a little bit darker if you want to, but I'm quite happy with that colour. So I'm going to go ahead and colour the rest of these petals. So it doesn't take very long, but like I said, you can use your distressed inks or your hybrid inks. You'll get the same results. But this is just something I had to hand, and it hadn't been used in a while. I mean, how many of us have these things and we'll use that and then we get busy and we never get round to it. So over this bank holiday, I have cleaned out some cupboards in the craft room. I'm not one for mess, to be honest. It drives me insane. I'll put a little bit more of this gelato on the board. There we go. So I don't let the craft room get too messy before I have to clear up again, because it drives me crackers. My OCD goes into overdrive. So I was going through the cupboards and went, I've not used those for a while. Right, so now they're all coloured. I'll have a wipe up. And I have the iron already set at a low temperature without the steam on. And just with a pair of tweezers, I'm just going to pick up the Foamiran and I'm going to place it on the iron. It's going to be hard for me to show you because obviously the angle of the camera. But that will heat up, and there, it will fall off. You'll know when it's done. And then what I do is I just give it a squeeze. Give it a squeeze, give it a twist, and then just leave it. And then do your next one. So we'll get the rest of these done. Like I said, use your tweezers because obviously there's lots of heat here. And see how it goes limp. You know when it's done. And then I just fold all the petals inwards. Just give it a squeeze. Give it a cheeky twist. And then leave it. I go on to the next one. It's so lightweight. There's just nothing to it. So putting them on cards or postal is fantastic, because it doesn't weight the card down, unlike card. Because obviously when you've got a few layers, it can weigh a bit, and I know we're all conscious of postal costs, etc. So last one, and you can see it's just curling up, ready to drop off. There we go. And then we'll squeeze this one together. I do apologise for the lighting. You can see my strip lights in there, but nothing I can do about that at the moment, I'm afraid. So if we move back a bit, there we go. And I'll just unplug this iron so I don't burn myself. There we go. Right, so that's out of the way. There. So now you've got these crumpled leaves. We come down a little bit. There we go. Then I open up the petal and adjust very, very carefully. Open up each petal with your fingers. And you're just moulding it, shaping it. You're trying to iron out the creases really. It's just so that each petal just looks a little bit more realistic, because not every petal's the same shape. You know. At this point you can shape the ends, you can twist them a little bit. I tend to get the ends of the petals and twist them just a little bit, because when you look at petals, they're not just a straight point. You know, they're all different shapes. So that's one, and we'll do the rest. Same thing. I've got some made up, so I won't bore you to tears. So very carefully, because if you're too rough, you will tear it. Now, that looks okay as well, because let's face it, when you get a bunch of flowers, you've got tears in leaves and petals. They're not all uniform. So if you tear it a little bit, don't worry about it. It just adds to the look. But you just really have to just tease it and mould it with your fingers. You know, you will offset each one until you've got a full, and this could be any flower. I mean, these just happen to be some of our flowers from Tonic, you know, so it could be any flower dye that you've got in your set. So we'll just do this last petal. And you can either put a hole through the centre of each one and thread some stamens through, and you'll get like your string stamens like this, or you could just glue one on top of the other and shape it with your ball tool in the centre, and then you could put some prills in, which I've done some with prills today and some with stamens, just so that you can see. So obviously the more petals that you put in each flower, the bulkier and the more lifelike it will look, because you want to add some dimension there to get more of a realistic finish. And I know many of you like flowers. I love flowers on cards, paper flowers, foam flowers, you know. And then, you know, just offset each petal. You can glue this down with glue, wet glue. I have been known to use actually hot glue. It's really up to you how you want to glue that. So we've got some that we've already put together. So here's one where we've actually put some glue in the centre, and then we have used the prills that Tonic Studios are currently selling, and they're on a fabulous offer. There's anybody that has seen these prills about, they're so expensive. I've wanted them for some time, but I've not wanted to pay that kind of money for them, so them being on offer on the Tonic site at the minute is fantastic. And you get them in this beautiful green colourway. So I don't know if it says what colour it is on the jar. Let me put my glasses on. Ribbit, this one's called. And they're tiny, tiny little, can you see that? Little balls there. And you just put them in the centre of your flowers to make them look more realistic. Then we've got Baby It's Cold Outside. Absolutely adore this one, and it's going to be on my poinsettias for Christmas. That frosty blue tones we've got coming out for the Christmas colourway. So that's silver and like a white, a denim-y blue and a frosty blue. Then we've got You Had Me at Yellow, and a great colour for the centre of most flowers. So that's a good one. And then last but not least, Very Nice. Imagine this in the middle of your poinsettias. Look at that. Just love that. There's gold in there, there's like a maroon and then a red. So those are the 4, and I think they're £8 something on the website. So they're really good value, and they'll last your lifetime because, God, there's thousands of little beads in there. So those are the prills. So we've just added some glue in the centre, we've shaped the flower, and we've just put them in the centre there. And then these 2 other flowers, we've used some string stamens like I showed you before. And you just thread those through the centres. So they're really nice and another way of using them. So we've got those. So I just thought we'd put a card together. So today I'm using the Daisy Lace Layering Die Set. I think that's been on offer on the website as well. You want to cut 2 the same size. And then one you want to put a score line in the back, about 3/4 of an inch from the top. Then you want to trim the bottom off straight with some scissors, because obviously you want this to stand. So I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see. I'll get my glue going and we'll put this card together. So I hope you've all been taking advantage of those sales on the website. Absolutely fantastic. I have to say I have been naughty. And I have ordered some, but as you can appreciate, being a design team member, we go through an awful lot of cards. Here we go, welcome back. Video stopped. Looks like this might be in 2 halves, guys, or if I'm clever enough to join the 2 together. Yeah, so I was saying, as design team, we go through a fair bit of cards, so I think some of the girls have been taking advantage of the offers, which we have to do, just like you guys. So we're just placing some glue on this folded part of the card, and of course I'm using Tonic's Deluxe Adhesive, favourite glue in the whole wide world. And then we're just going to adhere this panel to this one, so it will take a second just to grab. I always use wet glue where I can. I think you guys know that by now. I'm always harping on about wet glue. Can't get my words out today. There we go. I'll just give that a second because we are going to be putting some weight on it. So, and I've managed to pick up some gelato from my board somewhere. There we go. That's in place now. So the next layer is going to be in that beautiful ice blue. I think it's Icelandic blue, and that's Craft Perfect. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of my hand, just to make life a little bit easier. There we go. And we're just going to pick up the glue as we go round, all around those frilly edges. And then a little bit in the centre. There we go. And that's going in the middle of the card there. There we go. Just like that. Adhere down in the places it needs to be. Any bits that don't stick, just slide a piece of card underneath the edge of the bit of glue on and it will catch it. Now, I am going to go with a white layer on foam pads. So let's, now I'm going to laugh because whenever I think of foam pads these days, I think about our Jen. She does make me laugh. So I'm just going to cut these foam pads in half. She'll be proud of me today using these. There we go. These are 3mm foam pads. They're not Tonic ones. These are Chloe's. It's just what I have to hand at the moment. So Tonic's foam pads are awesome, by the way, but I just don't have any at the moment, so we shall use these ones. There we go. Right. So let's take the backs off. Just to add a little bit of dimension to the card. These are 3mm deep, they're quite deep foam pads. Just tuck that one in a little bit and tuck that one in a little bit. Overhanging there. There we go. And then we're going to place him. I'm going to fold you in because you're overhanging. There we go. And we're going to put you down there. Apologise if my head's getting in the way. And we're back again. I think this video is going to split off into 3 or 4 by the time we're finished, so I'm going to have to be a bit savvy there, aren't I, joining them all together. I might craft, but I'm not very techie. So again, some more glue on the back of the hand. There we go. Wouldn't normally add this much glue on the back of my hand, but you don't want to be watching me forever and a day putting glue on. There we go. Now, I've got to make my mind up whether we're just going to put that in there or raise him up. And I think we're just going to put him flat for now. So we'll put some glue on the back. And my nozzle's bunged up, so we'll just, same glue, different container. There we go. Put him in there. God, do any of you do what I do? When I craft him, I was yapping and talking to myself and put him in there. Who says it's a he? Honestly. Right, then we go for the smaller layer. Make myself laugh at times. But I guess we're all the same. I bet you all talk to yourself as well, don't you? I reckon so. Right, so then we're going to put some foam pads on the back of here. Again, adding that dimension. And then put that layer into the centre. Like so. And then we've got a sentiment from the Duo Sentiments, and it's this set here, which was also on offer on the Tonic website as a special deal. And this one is Thinking of You and Thank You. So we're actually using the Thank You die. So I'm just going to layer that up now. There we go. Make sure you get glue on all those little edges. And then stick him in there. That's it. think we might be cheeky and we might stick a foam pad on that one as well. So we'll cut one in half and then cut one down. So have a smaller one in there. I apologise for the lighting, everyone, if it's a bit dark. I'm at the front of the house, and the front of the house doesn't get any sun at all. So it's always nice and cool in here, which is great in the summer. But not really great this time of the year, when you want to film and you want it to be light and bright. So there we go. So we've got foam pads on the back there. Just take those off. Last one. Come on. And then we're going to put the thank you in the centre. And then I'm just going to switch my heat gun on. Just let that heat up for a minute. And get rid of all this debris. There we go. And we'll make our bow whilst we're waiting for that to heat up. So this is just some silky crush ribbon. And I'm just going to thread it through my fingers like so. I don't know if you've ever made a bow on your fingers, but in and out 3 times. Snip that off, thread it through the hole, tighten it up, thread that through the hole, and there's your bow. So we don't want a huge bow on this card. So we'll snip the tails. There we go. There we go. So that's the bow made. I'm going to just stick that on the side there. So we're going to put these flowers roughly there on the card. I'll bring that down so you can see. There we go. So we're just going to get the heat gun going. There we go. You can glue these on with wet adhesive, like I said. So a little bit of adhesive there. And another one there. And more glue there. So we just hold those in place. I like to use my ball tool to put them in place, just till the glue has adhered. And same with that one. You can shape them up after they're glued down. That one needs another minute. There we go. And then we'll, I don't know whether to put that there or there. Or we'll leave it without the bow. What do you think? That doesn't look right, and that doesn't look right, and that doesn't look right, so we'll leave the bow off, I think. So that is, there's your card. So to finish off, we will use some Cloud 9. So we'll just see how indecisive I can be. So I think we shall go around this edge, every other one, just to add that detail so your eye draws into that sentiment, because obviously you're sending this to somebody as a thank you. Remember to turn your work around so you don't put your hand in the drops. We've done that one before. All the way around. In there. I think Cloud 9 is one of my favourites, as well as Ivory Seashell, because they're a more natural finish. I don't think I'm going to put any more drops on than that, because I think that just says it all. So there we have a thank you card with some beautiful Foamiran flowers, and I hope you like it. Like I said, a lot of these things are in the special deals on the Tonic site. When I post this video, I'll post a link to the store, so if anything does take your fancy, you can go have a look, or if you just want to go and browse to see what I'm talking about, that's absolutely fine. But thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope to see you very soon with some new goodies, because we have some lovely treats coming soon. Bye for now, everybody.